Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin Mari here today with another video. Before getting started, Discord link will be in the description for anyone interested in coming in and discussing the game. Also, I will continue to put the petition link in the description for anyone interested in signing it. The video had a lot of views, but we're still sitting at only 200 signatures, so yeah, anyone who wants to sign it or maybe missed the video or maybe even having a change of heart, I'll continue to put it in the description for a few days. So for today's video, I just want to talk about a few things in regards to the update. Some people have told me I'm not being fair, saying that I had issues and complained about the character packages, which are fair. I had next to no complaints about the character packages. I actually think these are fine, and I even said it in the video that I think these are fine. My issue with the character packages is just the 100% experience that people who got the characters before didn't receive. So they had to use more AP potions to level girls faster as opposed to having this as an option. But besides the 100% experience, these are really a non-issue. These are fine, and they're even fine for people who already brought them because those people will also get extra gems. So this is now more cost effective than topping up for gems. And, at least up to the point that you exhaust these packages and you would be forced to top up again. So no, I have no issues with these. My biggest issue, which I was pretty clear about, is the skill slot and the bonus drop items. The bonus drop items not even so much, it's just the fact that they did nerf drops. So people who seem to think they didn't nerf drops, you may want to read over the patch notes. They have nerf drops. Just go back into their site and look at them. They nerfed the drops for the ore and the shard dailies. So adding that option to pay for better drops is just kind of a little bit scummy. Same thing with the 4th skill slot. I just don't think that should be locked behind a paywall, seeing as the advantages of this package are already high enough. So yeah, just for the record, I don't mind the character packages. It's really the heavy bundle that I have issues with. And I have slight issues with how they added the desire system, because if they were more transparent with us, people would have known this system was coming, and they would have held off on pulling gacha until they could use this system. So, yeah, that's it. Enough on the subject. I'm not going to really go back into how I feel about the update. I've been pretty clear about it. People who misunderstand can either, listen to this that I just said, or rewatch the videos, because I'm just going to assume that those people aren't listening. But no, I don't think that I'm being unfair. And I don't think the people who are in charge of the petition are unfair or ungrateful. They're just simply asking for a skill slot to be released from an otherwise already beneficial package so that everyone can use it. I don't think that's ungrateful. So anyway, I've said my piece on the subject. Today's video I want to look at the private room, because people always ask me why haven't you covered the private room. So I'll go into some reasons why. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the themes. So I was super excited to see the private room when I first started the game. And then I was like, oh cool, we have a default display, okay. It's just this little podium here. It's not too great. And I was like, okay, let's look at the themes. So, God, I don't remember which one was here at launch, but there was only 1 or 2 of these at launch. So I clicked on it, was excited, and then saw this, right? So I immediately was like, well, I'm not going to pay $350 for that. Then I looked at the training gym. Over time, I've come in here and looked at it and saw that that's just the going rate for themes. So immediately I was kind of put off. I was like, well, okay, so it costs 350 gems. That's literally almost a 10 pull. And as someone who cares about how my performance in game goes, if I put money on the game, I'd rather 350 gems go to either pulls in the gacha or to getting skins for my characters, because that actually affects their combat proficiency, where this private room is just kind of a little for fun thing. So the gems going into this just isn't as much value to me. So there are no specials yet. So next we're going to look at the characters. Now, we look at monsters. The monsters we have available are Oboro, Momochi, I guess Mari's a monster too, rar. So, looking at these, again, I didn't want to get them because that's 180 gems. They all are 180 gems. So as much as I like my cousin Mari, she's 180 gems. Oh, she's 240. Oh, wow, okay. So these two are 180 and she's 240. More reason to not get her. And again, I'm not like bashing anyone who uses this system. It's a fun system, it's neat, and I've seen some really cool things created here. I'm just talking about why I don't cover it while kind of in the process covering at least what's in it. So yeah, 240 gems for Mari, I just didn't want to do, so I didn't cover the system or didn't really find a use for it. And then we look at this. So when I first looked at the character options, and I brought Emily, I'll show you why in a second. But when I first started the game and saw like I had Sakura, I wanted to do something with her here. I was like, okay, so we'll do stuff with Sakura. And then I saw this, 25,000 gold. So now that's like a drop in the bucket, I can afford it. But week 1 or 2 of the game, I just didn't have 25,000 gold. Or if I wanted to use a skin, say this one, Bathrobe Sakura, it would have been 50k gold. At that time, I was more interested in using my gold on leveling facilities and leveling characters. So 50k, I just literally couldn't spare that. So that overall had me ignoring this system. So today I went in here because someone whispered me, and actually a few people have asked me about the private room over the time of my time covering this game. So I went in here today. I brought just regular Emily for 25k gold, and then came across more reasons why I wouldn't want to cover this. So here we have Emily. She's super cute, as you all know. We click on her, and now we're going to click this little face icon here, and we're not even going to worry about placing her or do anything like that. So we have, what is it, 6 little emojis she can do. I guess you can make her change her facial expression. Now, my biggest issue with this is I click on laugh. I don't get a preview of what laugh looks like, and it costs 125 gems. So again, like, you have to put more gems into the system. Same thing for all of them. Surprise is 125. Shy is 125. So right there, that's 375 gems. So yeah, 375 gems again is almost a 10 pull. It's definitely a skin. I believe holiday skins are what, 350? That it's a holiday skin. It's just to me not worth it. And the fact that I can't preview what these facial expressions look like, it's like you want me to put gems into this, and yeah, I could just simply farm the gems and buy this stuff, but it's like I don't even know what I'm buying. So yeah, that's just like the reason why I never really got into this system. Not to say it's bad though. Some of the stuff that's created is super fun, but it just seems like a gold sink or kind of a gem sink that, I'm just not ready to invest in. Especially with them rushing content, I'm more trying to make sure I get my hands on stuff that's like worth it. For example, supporters like Spica, I don't want to miss them. There were mileage skins I don't want to miss, but now that I have them all, like, I'm okay with mileage, at least for the time being. I can skip Morisaki and Sue comfortably, and we'll see what happens with Kurenai and Oboro. But yeah, it's just too much on top of the already too much. Like, and this isn't to tie into the whole like argument about the update. It's just let's like look at this like without even looking at the update. We have 2 to 3 gacha banners running at a time. I'm pretty sure next week we may end up getting a supporter banner, like a character banner, like the White Almighty or Lightning Onyx for Yuki, because that seems to be the trend. They put out a character, they have a new supporter to go with the character, which would be Spica, the pickup gacha, and then they would go ahead and add a limited character banner, like White Almighty. So if they follow that trend, that's 3 gachas running, and realistically, like, I wouldn't even be able to pull all of them. Like, out of these, I went against choosing Morisaki and went with Spica because she's really good, and she's super adorable, and she's my freaky fish girl. So the fact that they, like, already, like, it's kind of like, at least in my situation, I'm in a situation where I'm choosing which gotchas to pull. Yeah, I just haven't had room for the private, like, I haven't had, wow, room for the private room. That sounds so silly. I haven't had, like, the finances just to the side to invest in the private room. In the future, I may, but yeah, I'm just concerned that the game about the longevity of the game because I see so many people like quitting or threatening to quit. I do hope they're empty statements and people do stick with the game because even despite like all the drama and controversy or whatever of this update, I still think it's a great game. I still think it's super fun. I do wish the best for it. And that's why I say the things I say, or that's why I criticize the update, because it's coming from a place of love. Like, I don't want the game to get shut down. I want to see it do good things, so when they do things that are questionable, or when they're pushing over the line or pushing the envelope, I say something because I want it to be known that you're kind of going too far and people will be put off. And, of course, people were put off by the update. I'm going to stick with the game. I'm going to continue to do gotchas, just not as much. But I do have a goal of getting my hands on Shisui, so I need to get 3,800 more mileage. But TLDR, that's why I don't talk about the private room much, because there's not much to talk about. I haven't really done much in it because I kind of just see the gym prices and it stops me cold in my tracks, just because I like using gyms for other things. So yeah, that's today's video. Probably not as long as some people want it, but I wanted to go into the private room because I think out of everything in this game, that's one of the few places I have not actually went and talked about. And I just wanted to outline why I don't talk about it. It's just because I don't have everything unlocked there, or I don't have enough unlocked there that I can really show off the private room to any sort of, like, efficiency so that people would be satisfied. But over time, yeah, I'll like slowly try to dump gems into it and see how I feel about it after getting to mess with it. But if you want to invest in it, definitely do it. I've seen some really cool things. Like, there's some really fun gifts posted on my Discord using the private room, both safe for work and in SFW. So you can definitely do a lot of things with it. It's a really neat little intricate system, and I wish more gacha games had like a model viewer like that, because you can definitely do a lot of things with the characters. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys here. Again, if anyone is interested in signing the petition, please do so. I want to make sure that people who are of the same school of thought actually put their opinions on the petition, even if you don't type something out. Just your signature does make a difference, whether you think it does or not. So, please just take the time and do so if you do agree with what we say about the whole update. And with that, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. May you guys have good luck in your gotchas and in the arena. And you all go ahead and take care. I'll see you tomorrow.